Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday night at LDRS Creative. We're in studio and we were just listening to 8675309 by somebody, Tommy something or other, I don't know. Yeah, Alan saw somebody's, I don't know, what do you call it, their Facebook call sign, I don't know, their name, and it had a whole bunch of numbers and he was rattling off the numbers to me and I said 8675309 and we laughed and so we put it on. So. It was Susan?
Susan.
Okay, Susan. Hi, Susan.
Susan's fault.
It was Susan's fault. So we were jamming to that over here, and I think he played it for you for a moment. We're hoping that that doesn't, flag the video, but you never know. Anyway, welcome. I hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. Sorry I was not here on Thursday. I will tell you this. There's a few announcements I want to make. We have a lot going on this summer, a tremendous amount. We've got a new collection coming up. We have a lot of HSN stuff that's going to be happening. We've got, like our exclusive kit coming up. I've got, like I said, HSN stuff, including an HSN Facebook Live that we're going to be doing. That's coming up. We have a tremendous amount of things happening. Plus, our son is officially a senior in high school now. And so we're starting those college tours and things like that. We've had our first one coming up very, very soon. And it's freaking me out just a little bit inside. But, and then, recognizing this could be the last summer that he's really here at home. And so we're going to be, with everything that we have going on, here's what my announcement basically is. I still want to do this with you guys through the summertime and, and then beyond, of course, because I love doing it. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to be here every single Tuesday and every single Thursday throughout the summer. So it's going to be kind of intermittent. And so what I would say is whenever we are doing these, I'm going to try and be here at the very bare minimum once a week. I just don't know if it'll be Tuesday or Thursday. So always watch the, Alan, could you stop doing that?
Oh, what am I doing?
You're going like this. And the sound of it is, I hear it and it's getting in my head. And that's all I can hear. It's making it hard for me to think. So I'm like stumbling over my words and But anyway, we always put out an email. And it goes out 1 hour before we go live. So if you are not subscribed yet to our inspiration blog, do so. Go to our website, ldrscreative.com. And when you scroll down to the bottom, you want to sign up, not for the newsletter, but sign up for the inspiration blog because we use that. That is kind of our go-to. We send it out to everybody who signs up for the blog. And then you'll get the notification an hour before we go live. I will say this, we will not be here Thursday of this week because we're shipping our new collection is shipping to stores. And that's just has to be the priority. We have a lot of stuff we have to ship, so we have to get all that out. And then on Tuesday, we will be here Tuesday night, and then that's the 22nd, right? And then Tuesday night after that, I think it's 10, I want to say 10, is it 10 p.m. or is it 9 to 10? It's either 9 to 10 or 10 to 11, I can't remember. But again, I will put the announcement out. We're going to be doing a Facebook Live on HSN's Facebook. We did that a couple of months back, and we're going to be doing it again, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. And we do have something new for you guys that we've never had on HSN before. So that will be fun. What other announcements, Alan? Can you think of anything else?
Yes. Change the lead-in time.
Oh, that's another thing too. You know how we have the 10-minute lead-in time? We're actually going to change that to a 2-minute lead-in time. So, keep that in mind when you come on at like 10 minutes till 7 p.m. Eastern when we always go. We're going to change it to 2 minutes so that the wait time isn't as long. And then hopefully that will make a difference too. Once YouTube gets it up on their site and everything, it won't have that long period of time in the beginning too that we've got to edit out. And the one thing I don't like about having to edit that out is that when we do that, we lose all the comments. And I'd like to see all the comments, and I think other people who come and see the video, they like to see that stuff too. So, so the lead-in is going to be 2 minutes starting next week instead of 10 minutes. So don't be surprised when you don't see us up and running 10 minutes before. It's going to be 2 minutes before. All right. Anything else, Alan?
Not that I know
of. Okay. So for those of you that did get the email today, you know what I'm working on already. If you are a if you love the Pirouette system that we had on HSN, then you are probably getting right now your Smile to Smile. It's your auto ship number 2. It's the Smile to Smile. It's a 6x8 stamp set, and there's also coordinating dies with it. That I have mine here, but mine are the actual sample because we don't actually always have, we don't have product. When I say this is exclusively on HSN, I mean exclusively. I don't even have any. So you know, once in a while we'll have a couple, you know, from some samples that we got beforehand, but not often. And so, you know, anyway, so we're going to be working with this. Everybody should be getting these already. This is auto ship number 2. And it is so much fun. So we're going to do something with this because somebody asked me to do it. So I thought that I would. So we're going to get started. Alan, if you want to do me a favor and switch to camera 2, please, please, please. Alrighty. So for those of you that already know what the Pirouette system is, the Pirouette system is, Alan, leave that question up there. I'll get to that in just a moment. Okay, this is the Pirouette system. On HSN, a few months ago, we had the Pirouette pattern templates, and it was grouped in with the Love and Laughter stamps and dies. And so it's an auto ship, so every couple of months or a few months, you will get a new stamp set. And so you're going to want to pull out your Pirouette pattern templates. If you don't have them, if you didn't get them when we had the auto ship up, they still have, HSN still has a few of the initial set where you get the templates, and then you can still get that Love and Laughter set. Now the Smile to Smile and the ones that come after that are auto ship only, so you won't be able to get the auto ship pieces. But you'll still be able to use it with the Love and Laughter, and then you can still use it, of course, with any other stamp sets that you already have in your collection. So we're going to go through this, and we're actually going to use this as a wreath builder. So we're going to use this Pirouette Master template, and we're going to build a wreath with it. Alan does have a question posted up here. For those of you that might be new tonight, you can ask us anything. I mean, we'll answer just about anything. No politics, no religion. Keep it clean, keep it nice.
Now those are all disclaimers.
Yep. Those are disclaimers. No politics, no religion. We're here to craft and to have fun. But you can ask questions about crafting. You can ask questions about, you know, me personally, whatever you want. And if you can ask questions about Alan, and I'll tell you just about anything there.
Those won't be posted.
So, all right, Elizabeth is saying, will the new kit be out before the new collection? There is still one item I'm waiting on for the new kit. So that's, you're talking about the exclusive kit that we do. There's still one item that I'm waiting on for the new kit. There's a lot going on in the world right now with shipping, with manufacturing. So you're going to be seeing delays on everything. I'm sure you've seen prices going up on things, and there's things that you just can't get, you know, I mean, and we're impacted by that as well. So we do have one piece of the kit that I just don't have yet. And as soon as it comes, as soon as I know that it's shipping, I will be able to get things moving on it. But until then, I'm kind of waiting. And so can I answer the question about will it be out before the new collection? I can't say that with any certainty, only because the new collection is shipping to stores right now. So I guess if I had to say, if I had to commit, I would say no, it's not going to be.
We did get a special piece of that kit, though, today.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
we did get one special thing that arrived today that has to do with the kits, and we're excited about it. Something we waited for a long time for. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it is. But when I do an unboxing for you of the kit, you'll see what's in there. Okay, so I'm going to get started with these templates here. And I'm just popping these off. These are my little samples when I get prototypes of the dies. That's how they come. So here are the two. All right, let me go through this. For those of you that already know these templates, I will go through them quickly. The Pirouette pattern templates. All right, there are 4 templates. It says right here, 4 templates. Now, people keep getting confused because they open this up and they go, but I only see 3. Well, your 4th one is on the back of the first one. Okay. So the first one's on the front, the 4th one is on the back, you've got number 2 here and number 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that's where your templates are. I never said 4 separate pieces. I just said 4 templates. and for those of you that know me, like my husband will attest to, I'm one of those really weird people that I'm like very, what's the word? I'm all weird about being grammatically correct and precise with what I say. I try to be. It's almost like it's an obsessive kind of a thing with me. So anyway, I always try to say what I mean. Okay, my gosh, this is so messy. I gotta clean mine up. I think I say that every time and I never get to cleaning it. So the master template, this is the one that we're going to use for building wreaths. We can use it for building circular wreaths, and we can use the Pirouette Circle Stamp Alignment template for that. We can swap out that one for the spiral stamp alignment template, and we can use that with the master template to make spiral wreaths as well. And then the bonus background template, this is to, you don't use it with either of these two. This one is a standalone template, and you can use this one in each of these 4 quadrants, positioning your stamps on the little, little guides that we give you here to make some beautiful multicolored, multi-stamped pattern backgrounds, like pattern paper, like your own pattern paper, which is pretty cool. So, but for today, we're going to use these 2. Now, just so you know, when you're swapping out the Pirouette Circles stamp alignment for the Pirouette Spiral stamp alignment, they work kind of the same way. It just gives you a different shape. So I'm going to show you how to use this one, and you can use this one in the same way in terms of lining things up. You can also use these together if you put the circles alignment over the spiral in order to make use of the guides that we give you for lining up, making sure that you get all your stamps in the exact same position all around too. So I'm going to show you how to use this one because it really is incredibly important, very useful, and you won't want to leave home without it. Alrighty, let's see what else. So we've got the Smile to Smile pirouette, and then the other thing that I'm going to be using is going to be my A2 stitch layered card toppers, because again, it's I use this for just about everything, and I ended up using the large outermost die. Elizabeth is saying, will you use the spiral one tonight? If we have time, I can use the spiral one. I can show you how it's a little bit different with the spiral. I have something planned already that doesn't use a spiral, but if we have time, this one should go pretty quickly. And so then we can make use of that extra time and do a spiral and play with that a little bit. Alrighty, so one of the things you will need for this is going to be a stamping tool. So I tend to use the Misty, and you're going to position your master template right in the corner. This template, when you go from tip to tip on these little on the little arrows here, is going to be 6 inches. So the actual template itself is about just under 6¼ inches. And so you basically need to choose what size you want to start with. So, oh shoot, Ellen, I just dropped my paper. I need
You're trying to get me on camera again.
Paper. If anybody's wondering why I can't pick up my own paper,
Wait.
I'm positioned. Give it to me. Stop. Oh my goodness, you're just. No, I'm actually, the way I'm sitting, where I'm sitting, and how I'm sitting, I actually can't move. So, easily, anyway. So you can make a pattern that is anywhere from 4¼ we drop it down to 4 inches, 3½, 3, and then 2¼ So you can use, make it the size of 2½ if you want to do something for a tag or something. I chose to work, oh, and they're all color coordinated too. So if you're starting with, for example, I chose to work with a 4-inch. And so I'm always going to be positioning with the yellow markers as I make my turns around. Now, I usually show you how to do this with a square, but Elena, one of our design team, brilliant design team girls, she did a video showing you how to use this with a rectangle. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do that. Instead of using a square like I normally do, I'm going to follow Elena's lead, and I'm going to use a rectangle. And I like to put a little dab of adhesive on the back of it. And I'm just making it a little unsticky. And because I like it to stay in place without having to use the magnet for this. So I'm going to line up just my 2 corners. Normally I would line up all 4 corners because I'd have a square. But I'm going to line up just 2 corners here and press that down. Let me get my stamps out here. And I'm going to do this pretty quickly because the flower's another color. So now I'm going to line up my circle alignment template, and we've already got these red arrows on the sides here that line up perfectly. They match it. So line that right up over it, and you know you have everything perfectly positioned in the center. I'm going to position my first stamp, and let's see, where am I going to go with it? I'm going to kind of angle it a little bit. I always tend to start in this quadrant. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to position that, and then I'm going to get my little tulip here, and I'm going to see how that's going to angle when I put that on there. And I think I'm going to angle that up a little bit more. But I want to make sure I position it so that I don't get my tulip off the edge of my paper. Now, the edge of my paper goes all the way out to that 4-inch marker, which is right here. All right, so that dashed line is my 4-inch marker. So that's why this circle template is so important. As I position these, I can make sure that I stay within that line there. I don't want to go all the way to the edge, so I think that's going to work. I'm going to angle it up just a little bit. Thank you, honey. Thank you. All right, I think that's going to work. So move that out of the position there. I want it on my main template, but not on the circle template. All right, so now I can set this aside. I have 3 colors I've chosen to work with. So I've got this beautiful olive branch that I'm going to use for my green. And then I'm going to work with Tangerine Dream and then Tickled Pink. I really, really love for summer this orange and pink combination, and I thought having that olive green would be really pretty. So we're going to start with the olive green. And whenever I get started, I always think, am I doing this right? Did I forget anything? So we're just going to start stamping. So there's one. I'm going to make my little turns here, and all I have to worry about are those 2 top corners. And even though this is going off of my my template down below, it's still going to work fine because it's sitting right on top of my MISTI. And the tool that I'm using to make sure my stamp is pressed properly is the Stampendable Tool. We are currently out of this. I know a lot of stores are out of it, but we do have more on the way too. This is the Stampendable Tool. It's really, really lightweight, really, really easy to use. We can't keep these in stock. It's wonderful. It's, like I said, super lightweight, weighs almost nothing, has a very small handle on there for people who have small hands. If you feel like that's too small for you, then grab a hold of the outside instead. So you can use this 2 different ways. It's great for people who have, you know, pain with their hands, arthritis, and things like that, like I have. It makes it so much easier. We've got a 1/4 inch of a firm felted pad on the bottom of this that helps to transfer the pressure really evenly across your stamping platform. And, you know, I know it seems like a really easy thing. You know, and people say, oh, I don't really need that. I can use my sleeve. I can use my arm, you know, my hand, whatever it is. You know what? It really does make a difference. Pressing with my fingers like this makes my hands tired. Using my sleeve, you know, again, it makes my wrist and my arm tired. And I also don't want to wear, you know, a spot in my sleeve. But, you know, to each his own. I think, oh, and the other thing is too, it's only It's only $8. So it's lightweight, easy to use, very inexpensive. Our goal was to, put it out there so that it was very easy for everybody to afford, to make your stamping easier for you. So there you go. That's the green. Let me get that cleaned up. When will the new stuff be on HSN? Our next HSN show is going to be in July. I think, what's the date? I'm trying to think. For some reason I'm having a hard time remembering what the date is. Is it July?
Is it Tuesday?
Probably. I want to say like July 3rd or something. All right, so now I'm going to line up my little tulips with my branch, or with the, not branches, but with the little leaves that I put on there. There we go. And everything is well within that 4-inch line, all right? I'm going to move that over. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put my olive branch color away, and I'm going to be working with my tickled pink. It's my favorite pink. Love this stuff. So here is tickled pink. Look how pretty. I love this set. And this is my favorite stamp combination in this stamp set. Love it. Just lining up those corners, and you can see, I'm talking the entire time I'm doing this. It's because it's that easy. You don't have to really think about what you're doing. This Pirouette set, the Pirouette pattern templates, you're creating a perfect, this one is a circular wreath. You're creating the perfect circular wreath really, really easily. You get perfect alignment with your stamps all around. If you want to do this like I am with all 8 turns, then you can do that. If you want to work in quadrants and just do quarter turns and use even more stamps, then you can do that. And you also don't have to mirror what you're doing. You can kind of change this up as you're going. So you can be creative and just be playful with it. Okay, HSN Craft Day. Marilyn is saying HSN Craft Day is July 13th, Christmas in July. Very good. Excellent. I knew there was a 3 in there.
It can only be 3 of them.
Well, see, my brain, I'm an incredibly visual person. So when somebody asks me something, I actually see an answer. I see something to do with it. If somebody's asking me, like Alan, we do this all the time. Alan will ask me, who is that actor? What has he been on? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. But I can see him in a movie. I'm very visual. So when somebody says, when is the HSN date? And I go, all right, well, I'm seeing a 3. And it's not like I'm seeing into the future or I'm not like, one of those people that can see that kind of stuff. I'm just very visual. And I remember when I was looking at my paperwork for HSN that there was a 3 in the date. So I may not be, absolutely precise, but I can get kind of close. All right. So I'm going to use one more stamp in here, and it's going to be this little leafy one because I have this little space in here that I think is really pretty. So where's my alignment tool? Here's my alignment tool. I like to put the magnet on it just to hold everything still while I'm lining things up. And this is just a tiny little leaf that I think is really pretty. And I'm going to fill in that space with it right there. Actually, I think I'm going to move that out a little bit farther. No, I'm going to bring it in. I want the pink to stand out a little bit farther than it. We'll see. Hopefully that was a good choice. Excuse me. Okay, so our next color is Tangerine Dream. Look how pretty that pink and orange and green are. I love it. It's just so summery. There we go. And you know, it doesn't matter if one of your stamps goes over the other stamp a little bit. I don't worry about that at all. You know, you can get really complex with these. You can try and fit a lot of stamps in there and come up with some really, really fun combinations. Or you can make it really simple, kind of like I am here with 3 colors, or with, not colors, but with 3 stamps. But you can make it as, you know, clean and simple or as busy as you want it to be. Go. There we go. Easy peasy. Isn't that pretty? I think it's just beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, George. Oops. Let me put my stamp away so I don't lose it. These stamps are so little. Okay, so the wreath part is done, and it's so beautiful. I love it. So I've already gone ahead, and this is why I think we'll have time to do a spiral. Let's put this over here. I've already gone ahead and I stamped these little houses here, and I stamped, these are the houses, one here and one here. And this is one of the wreaths, if I do it this way, this little wreath stamp here. And then I stamped the large word smile. So I'm going to get these taped. We have dies for each of these that came with your set. And I'm going to go ahead and I think it goes this way. Yep. And I'm going to get these taped on here. And then Mr. Hunt is going to cut these for me. There's the one. I do use a lot of tape when I do this because I don't want things to move when they're die cut.
Come on, be honest. Why you use so much tape?
What?
Because you don't think I can do it without it moving. Right?
Not at all. This has nothing to do with you, darling. I have complete confidence in
over here.
I have complete confidence in you.
And the tape.
All right, all right, hold on. Here's the one.
Oh, I've got to do 2 passes?
No. I'm going to have you do it all in one. It's going to be all in one. Raise your hand if you want Alan to have a mic, because it sounds like I'm talking to nobody. All right, let's do this. This is driving me nuts. I need to, all right. So it'll be much easier if I do it this way. All right, raise your hand if you want Alan to have a microphone. We need to test your microphone. Didn't you say you bought one?
I have a microphone. I just don't think I should be on it.
Why? Why not? Why did you get it if you don't think you should be? He's saying he has a microphone, but he doesn't think he should be on it. Let Alan know if you want to be able to hear both sides of the conversation. Nothing worse than trying to eavesdrop on a phone call and you can only hear one, you know, the one person that you're in the room with.
More interesting.
No, it's not. It's not more interesting that way. Okay. Okay, come here, Alan. Me still, Hunt. Here you go. When you slide in here, I'm going to tell everybody how I do this so that you know. When I put this through, because we have an electric one, I push the button because I have the electric Big Shot. I always press down on it until the machine starts to grab some of the dies because I don't want anything to slide. I don't want this top board to slide, so I always push down on it and hold it in place. So please make sure you do that. It helps to keep your dies in place. All right, that's just my little tidbit of info
I feel
today.
like you don't trust me.
You feel like I don't trust you? You're so funny. Okay, so here's what we have going on here. I've got my card base, which is just, this is just my Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. That's also what I used here to stamp on, was Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet and I cut it at 5 1/4, and then I'm sorry, 5 1/2, and then I scored it at 4 1/4 and folded it in half. I took a beautiful tangerine piece of cardstock that I have, and I used my largest A2 layered card topper to cut that. So we're going to go ahead and start putting this baby together. I'm going to set the card base aside because I always like to build up my card topper first. This is going to go on top here. And I'm going to use some foam, and we've got our new, I think, what should we call this? I think we should call it Sally. Should we call it Sally? I don't know, because Sally was the first name that popped into my head when I thought about what I should name my foam tape. I don't know. How about Jerome? Jerome the foam.
Oh, you're talking about the phone?
I'm talking about the foam tape.
Somebody already named it.
Oh, somebody already named it?
Yeah, a long time ago. Oh,
Well, this is the new one.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't name, I mean, every time you get a dog, you don't give it the same name, do you?
Why not? Why waste the name?
Well, all right. You mean like your brother Alan and your other brother Alan?
Daryl and Daryl.
Daryl and Daryl. Or all of those George Foremans. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I keep cutting this too long. What's wrong with me? I'm off. I'm off. What is happening? There we go. All right, so this is going to go up here then. Alan, can you zoom into camera 3? Okay, thank you. Because I need to be able to see what I'm doing. I want to make sure I'm looking at the little stitch marks. I didn't use the second, I only used the largest die on the A2 layered card toppers because the second one is smaller and it wasn't the same size as my template set. So, which made me think that we need to do something about that. So, so the second one was cut just on my paper trimmer, but the outermost I wanted to still have the stitch mark, and it still fits beautifully in there. So I have the stitches, but yeah, that made me think I have to do something about that. Okay, let's see. What do we have here now? Let's see. Drum roll, please. Let's see how Alan did with their die cutting.
Oh, that's not good.
What do you mean that's not good? So far, so good. Looks good.
All right.
Yeah. Now, did you notice the two-tone color I got on my little birdhouses? I stamped them first in the tickled pink. In this tickled pink. So I stamped them in tickled pink, and then I inked just the outer edges again in black and stamped it again just to give it that beautiful little highlight. Or, I don't know, it makes it look a little aged and, I don't know, dirty. I think it's kind of fun. So, alrighty. Oops. There we go. Here is the first one. And then here is the word smile. There we go. Now let's see. Also, oh man, I did it again. I was going to put a sentiment here.
You forgot it?
I forgot my sentiment. So I think I can still do it though. I can still make it work. But yes, somebody forgot to tell me about the sentiment, about forgetting it. My plan is to put this up here. So I do need to have foam on the back of all of these. But I think before I forget again, I'm going to do my sentiment. I think I can make it work. Actually, oh shoot, now the word smile just fell on the ground. Ellen. I gotta use my other one. Yeah.
Spent a lot of time on the floor lately.
Sorry. All right, does this come up? Thank you. Let me see if this is gonna work. I think that's gonna work. I need to remove this, and I always have tape underneath it because, see, I put tape underneath it like that because I don't want it to move. But because I've already built this up with foam, I'm going to lay this down in here. Let me see if I can still use that this way. And I can, because I removed the foam out, I can still do that. So that's good. Okay, where's my stamp set? Here it is. So I want to use this Enjoy the Little Things, which is right here. So my plan is to have, let's see how this is all going to fit. What I want to do is have this here up on foam. I'm going to put the word smile here. And then Enjoy the Little Things will be right here. Let's go up a little bit. Just trying to get it centered. Okay. And that is going to be in black. So let me get my raven. Actually, should I do that in pink? That's going to be too many colors. I don't want so many colors. I'm just going to go with black with the sentiments. Brand new sentiment. Let's hope it stamps well the first time. Perfect. That's the Stampendable for you. It is dependable stamping. Is that how it goes? There we go. So now I have my sentiment. This thing, oh, I've got a mess here that I'm going to have to clean up later, I think. Maybe not. Works. Very good. Okay. Let's get some foam tape. Where's my foam? I have such a mess over here. All right. Got my little houses. And I'm going to put some really thin little pieces of foam around the wreath. So I have these little scraps that I have here. I always keep all my little scraps. And I'm just cutting these in half. Oops. And I think I need a couple of small little pieces to offer some support, bottom and the top. There we go. And then I can use this little piece on the little house. And I wonder if I can fit this one on here. Almost. I'm going to trim that just a little bit and use that little piece on the word smile. Now this part does get a little bit tedious. I want to offer support around the word, but I don't want the foam to show. So I just cut thin little pieces as I go here. looks great. Let's do this one in half. There we go, and then, actually I think I need to cut this one in half. So I can get a little piece right here on the eye. And then I'm going to put a little piece, actually, put it here. There we go. I think that's going to give me a fair amount of support. Do you have any more questions from anybody?
I don't think so.
No?
Will the Stampendable be coming to HSN?
Ooh. Do not have plans at the current time for the Stampendable at HSN. Let's see how this is positioned. I think that looks like it's in the center. Let's lay it down gently. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. I wanted to put a couple of these little houses in here, these little bird houses, because I think they're adorable. I'm going to lay it there gently, just set it there. Look how cute that is. And then I'm going to put the word smile. You know, if you want to put one of the little birds or something in there, you can. Oops, this is not sticking. Okay. Sometimes I forget to press them down. Like I put them in position gently because I don't know if they're going to be positioned properly, and then I forget to press them down. And I end up moving them. Okay. That looks like it is centered. There we go. Look how cute that is. It's so easy to do. It's like the happiest card on earth. So pretty. Next up, I just need to put it on the card base. It's going to go in this direction. So actually, that's not going to go right up to the edge because I had it. It's a little bit smaller. So, nope, actually I'm wrong. It is the same size. Haha, because I used my A2 card topper for it. I forgot about that. There we go. Beautiful. Look how gorgeous. I think it's really pretty. I love it. Happiest card on earth. Easy to do, fun to do, and just so pretty. Colorful, bright, gorgeous, gorgeous for summertime. Okay, so Alan, I need you to get me, Alan, yes. Can you get me, I need a piece of paper. Come over here, honey. See right there where I'm pointing?
I do.
Look at that. Got my pointer. Ha 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 ha. Whenever we're bored at night,
here's your paper, but
he chases this all around the room.
now I have an urge to catch a mouse.
Okay, so let's see. Let's cut another piece here. And can you go back out to camera 2?
Can. How's that?
Perfect. Thank you. So I've got my stamping tool out again. I've got my master template, and I'm going to trade in my circles template right now. Actually, I might use them together, so I'm just going to set it aside for my spiral template. Here's a spiral. Okay, remember that one? We have the same corners here to line up on the corners of the master. And now we can create a really pretty kind of a spiral effect. And I'm going to start with, I like to start, when I do this, I like to start kind of in the center with something that is a smaller stamp. So I'm going to choose this little one right here. This little leaf. And I'm going to put that right into the center. I can see where my center point is. And I do like to kind of go according to where these lines are. Now this one is kind of going in the other direction, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to flip my template over so that my spirals go in the other direction, because that's the way that this stamp is curving. And so I'm going to go with that same curve. I think. Let me see. If I want to do that, I'm going to plan ahead here a bit. So a lot of these are curving off to the right, so I may not do that. Give me just a moment to think about what I'm going to do. I know it's taking me a while. This one's, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back in the other direction. Thinking about which flowers I'm going to use and how I'm going to build this. So I am still going to go along that, like right in the center, and I'm going to still go along with one of my little spiral lines. And I'm going to do the same turns that I did before. So now I just happen to cut this already to, actually, you know what, I'm going to cut this one down. So I've got 4 1/4, I'm going to do 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right, so now we're going to go with the red marks. I'm going to go with the red corners up here, red corners at the bottom, and then, oops, that's my green. Let me get my colors up here, so I'm using the same colors. I'm going to get my card out of the way that I already did, just so that I don't mess anything up, because I seem to be having a little bit of trouble today dropping things. So I'm starting off with my olive branch green, and I'm going to make my turns. I'm going to follow along with those red corners and make those turns. And you're going to see how just by putting that centermost stamp right at the center point, that's one of the things I love about the spiral. The spiral brings your stamps right into the center, whereas the circles template doesn't do that. The circles template keeps you in a circle and keeps that center circle open, whereas the spiral allows you to go right into the center. And look how beautiful that starts to look. Alan, do you want to zoom in on this one to 3? You see how that looks? I think that looks a little bit better for everybody. And we do have, there is a little mark. It's like a little cross that kind of goes like that right in the center of the spiral template. So you can see right where the end of your stamp is meeting. There you go, it's beautiful already. So nice. So next, I think, what am I gonna do next? What? I'm thinking of doing a flower here, so let's see where we end up. I could do a butterfly. I Could do a series of butterflies. Ooh, I wonder how that would be. The series of butterflies might be better around the outside, but let's see. Let me get my spiral back on here and see how this is going to fit. I put my little butterflies in here. That could be really pretty. Or I could do flowers. I could put this beautiful flower and make a little ring of flowers, which I think would be gorgeous as well. I think I'm going to stick with the flowers right now. Okay. So I have this flower, and I can go like kind of the fat wide way that way, or if I want, I'm going to kind of angle it so it's kind of the thin way so they don't end up touching. There we go. And I put it right on one of those lines, the spiral lines. Oopsie. Doesn't matter if that pulled up because I can put this right back down and line it up in my corners, and it's not going to matter. So I'm going to go with that beautiful tickled pink right in the center because that's my brightest, strongest color, and I think that's going to be gorgeous in the center. So then we get a beautiful ring of that around. Let's see if that's gonna be so pretty. I don't worry about it so much if I get a slightly uneven stamp because I think it causes it to, makes it look like there's little highlights on it. You know, with a solid stamp, and this is solid stamping, meaning it's not just line work or line stamps. You know, sometimes you have to ink them up twice, especially with a new one, and this is a new one, first time I'm using this stamp. This is already starting to look like a garden. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, right now, we're not really maintaining that spiral kind of a look because I'm using a thicker, kind of heavier stamp for the second one is the flower. If I wanted to make it look really spirally, I would do like some skinnier stamps. But right now, we're taking advantage of the spiral in that we're getting things right into the center. And then next, I'm going to do a little more green. I think it's going to be this one and then these flowers here. So let's see. Look how pretty already. It's gorgeous. Line this up over the top. Hold that in place. Now, I'm going to bring in, actually, I'm going to bring both of these in. So I've got my circles template over the top of my spiral. And I'm doing that because I want to make sure that I don't go outside some of these boundaries. I want to pay attention to where things are going to align so I stay inside this dashed line. And I have my spiral here, so I'm going to continue placing along one of my spirals. And I'm going to make sure that I have room for my flower. Let's see how those go. I think it goes like this. I'm going to have to stamp these to see because I can't see very well right now. All right, let me think. Let's do this. I'm going to put this right here. I just want to see how it's going to stamp. You know, especially when you have clear stamps, sometimes you have to do this because it's kind of hard to tell what's happening. So there's the one. That's the leaves. And then I want to see how this is going to fit because I'm not really sure. I think it just kind of goes over the top like this. Let's see. Or is it this way? Nope, it's that way. All right, so I think it goes like this. All right, good. Okay, so let's start positioning. So this is going to go, and I'm going to line this up with one of my spirals. Make sure that's going to go. Yep. Collect my stamp. Move my templates, and I want my green. So I'm going to start stamping again these beautiful leaves. How pretty. So the stamp stays in one position. All I'm doing is turning the paper, just rotating it. Ink, stamp, ink, stamp. That's what I do when I don't have anything to say and there's like dead time. Like dead air. So pretty, it looks pretty, so pretty and witty and gay. I'm so sorry, I'm singing. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay, what's next? This one is next. So, I need my little templates. There we go. Perfectly placed. There we go. And I'm going to get these flowers on here. And I think I've lost which way they go. I think they go over the top like this. Because this one goes with that. Oh, I'm sorry. I know my head's in there, but all right, let me put this down here again. I had it because I have to get flowers here, 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 and here. And it goes down like this. Okay, there we go. So this one goes down here like so. There we go. And then I'm going to use this orange. So this is Tangerine Dream. So I'm using the same colors that I used on the other because these are the inks I had available. Look how pretty. So gorgeous. I'll move that over. Oh. Actually hurt my hand. See, that's why you don't press with your hand, especially late in the day. Isn't this just gorgeous? I love these spirals. I think they're so beautiful. And so now, especially as you get further away from the center, you can really see that gorgeous spiral look. These beautiful flowers coming out the sides there. It's just so pretty. And I do have room if I want to add something more, or I could trim this down to a smaller rectangle and then frame it with an, isn't that pretty? That's just gorgeous. All right. So that is how you use the spiral. I don't think I would add anything more to this, to be honest with you. I think it's really pretty. I think I would trim it down, trim the cardstock down, and then frame that, and have some beautiful pattern paper around it, and put a beautiful sentiment underneath. Somebody's saying, can you tell me about your inks? Do they work with watercolor and alcohol markers? Robin is asking. They absolutely do. Our inks are hybrid inks. Let me bring a couple of them over here. They are hybrid inks, so they are a combination ink. So it has the mixed combination of properties of a dye ink and a pigment ink. So you're going to have a little bit of an extended dry time, but they're going to stay very, they're going to maintain their beautiful intense color as they dry. They're going to, as it dries, you're going to be able, well, first of all, you're going to be able to emboss with it, with some embossing powder with these, because they do have an extended dry time. You're going to be able to use watercolor paints with them because they are not water-based, they're not water-soluble. You're also going to be able to use your alcohol markers with these. You can stamp on glossy surfaces and heat set. You can stamp on fabrics and wood. And all kinds of different surfaces. They're absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful inks. It's kind of a go-to ink. That's why when I decided to do a line of ink pads, I didn't want to just do a line of ink pads for the sake of doing one. I wanted to get rid of all the ink pads that I had in my craft studio, and I wanted to have one ink pad that I could go to for just about anything. And that's where the hybrid ink comes in. Alan, do you want to switch the camera back? Go back to one, yeah. So the hybrid ink comes in because I didn't want to have to think about which ink I wanted to grab based on whatever I was crafting. It really became frustrating for me. I had to sit and think about, okay, now I'm going to be using on a solids or on a glossy surface. I'm going to be doing something on fabric. I'm going to be using my watercolors, and and then you end up with a small craft space, and it's just taken over by inks. And so I wanted one ink that did it all. And that's really where the hybrid inks come in. I mean, does it do it all? I wouldn't say it does it all. I mean, there's certainly things like, Tim Holtz and his, what are those? You can't watercolor with these. Let's put it that way. Because they're not water soluble, you're not going to be able to use these as your watercolor. But you're going to be able to stamp with these and then watercolor with your watercolor paints. These are not going to, they're not going to work like the oxides. They don't do that. So there are, they don't have every single property, but it really is a go-to ink for most of the crafting that you're going to be doing. And that's why I love them. You can color blend with them as well. They blend beautifully. As long as you're working on the right paper, you're going to be able to do all of these different techniques. So you can do beautiful blended backgrounds with them, with your stencils. They're just wonderful. I love them. And we have a lot of crafters who love them. So that's my spiel. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions, Alan?
Not that I see.
No, not that you see? Okay. Well, I don't have time to finish a card with this. This one was kind of last minute. So hopefully you got to see how to use the spiral. And it really is fun. It allows you to get right into the center, which I think is just beautiful. Here we have the beautiful circular wreath, and then this is a spiral. So you can kind of see the difference in what you can create with them. It just gives you two different looks. And this one, like I said, I would trim this white card down a bit, and I'd probably frame it in a beautiful little pattern paper, or mat it with a coordinating cardstock, just like I did this one, and add your sentiment and whatever else you want to put in with it. And they're just so pretty. So, but today this was the finished card. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you guys are really going to enjoy your Smile to Smile pirouette sets. I will tell you this too, because we've had some people ask the question: are we going to have other pirouette sets? And I can tell you we are going to be adding to it. So that's pretty exciting. It's going to be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to showing you some of the stuff that we've come up with too for that. So for those of you that have your Pirouette templates, awesome, you're going to be able to grow that collection. If you don't already have your Pirouette templates, go to hsn.com. They do still have some there, and the price is spectacular. You'll get your first set of Pirouette stamps. It's Love and Laughter, and it's very versatile, very universal. You can use it all year long. And then you will have your templates that you can just keep using and using and using, not only with your Pirouette stamp sets, but also with any other stamp sets that you have in your collection. So they really are fun. And then you can also do your own background patterns and papers and stuff with it as well. So they're pretty cool. All right, we should probably do our giveaway. We do a giveaway every time, don't we? What is the giveaway going to be? Well, I have an idea for the giveaway. Why don't we give away, how about, what should we give away? I was thinking of hybrid ink. Should we do the hybrid inks, or are you with me here? You still hunt?
Wow.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I always try and give, I'm having a hard time because I can't give away the Pirouette stuff because we don't have it. So I'm thinking, and I always try and give away something that I use, so I think we're going to give away the A2 layered card toppers. Do we still have some of these?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to give away one of the A2 layered card toppers. These are, I use these almost every single time I craft. So I think it's like one of the best giveaways that we do. So, Alan, you want to draw a name for me?
I'm trying. I saw the name and I'm trying to...
You saw the name and now you're trying to put it up on the screen?
I'm trying to verify it here.
Okay. Ooh, Molly Hannah. Molly, you are the winner tonight. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us, and you're our new winner. So, Molly, I need you please to do me a favor. Send us an email with your name and your complete mailing address. Send it to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. And as soon as we get that, we'll be able to ship out your A2 stitch layered card toppers and get those to you right away so you can start crafting with them. So congratulations, 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 Molly. I'm so excited for you, and thank you for being here with us tonight. Yay. All right, everybody. We're gonna be off on Thursday, but we will reconvene a week from tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Like I said earlier, if you have not already signed up for our inspiration, it's called Daily Inspiration, and it's at the bottom of our homepage. If you have not signed up for that, please go ahead and do that so that you get the notifications, the email notifications when we're going live. We put those out an hour before we go live. If you have signed up for that and for some reason you're not getting them, send us a message to customer service, send me your email address, and I can take a look at that and we'll make sure that, that we get that fixed for you. So we are over time right now, so I'm going to let everybody go tonight. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here, same time, same place, Tuesday night next week. Oh, and don't forget we have HSN Facebook Live after that, but I'll remind you next week too. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. It's been an absolute pleasure.